Hello everyone, welcome back to another informative video. In this video we are going to talk about the recent activity I did, which was harvesting the sweet potato that I planted in the fabric container. Now it is very important for me to do this video and for me to share this information, because if you can recall, I planted the sweet potato in the fabric container for the first time, and I basically did it as an experiment, right? So now that I've completed the experiment, I want to talk about the findings. This discussion is going to be discussed from two major points: sweet potato yield, that is what we harvested, and the fabric container performance. Now, which one are we going to start? We're going to start with the yield. Let us talk about the sweet potato yield. Now, if you haven't watched that video as yet, I really urge you to go and take a look. I'll basically link it in the cards. You will see a title of a video coming across the top right of your screen. Just click on it and you will see the video. Now it is important that you watch that video, because it will show you how the sweet potato was harvested and the kind of yield that we got, or that I got. Now let us talk about the yield. Now I am a bit disappointed because the yield could have been higher. And the reason I said that is this variety that I planted matured in roughly 3 to 4 months, right? So when I harvested it, it was basically 3 months and 2 weeks. Now I was kind of pondering that, I'm going to leave it for another month, but I decided to harvest it nevertheless. So when I harvested the potato, I realized that there were many small ones. However, the production, the amount of tuber development, it was phenomenal, right? It was very impressive, and I was really happy at the end of the day. As I said, the only disappointment for me was basically the fact that the tubers could have developed some more, right? Providing that I had left it maybe for another month or so. But as I said, please remember, this is an experiment. So that is one, the maturity level. And then I realized that while we were there and we were going through the soil itself, the growing medium, I realized that many of the sweet potato, they were more concentrated in the middle, not the top, not too much at the bottom, but in the middle, in the lower middle section of the container. So what I thought about was, I remember the pattern how I watered this sweet potato vine in the container. I never used to deep water the soil, right? So what that means is, even though you have roots spreading all about, it means that the roots would have had to go a bit further to extract the moisture, because it was watered shallow. It was a shallow watering. So as soon as you pour the water on top of the soil, the middle to lower section of the container doesn't get sufficient water. So you find that those tubers, the feeder roots did not have a close reach to the water supply. So that, I think, was a drawback. So what I have learned from that is, in these fabric containers, because they are deep, you need to deep water them. Whenever you are watering them, deep water them so that the water can basically percolate and sufficient to saturate the entire growing mix, right? So that all the potatoes growing in different locations can get get moisture. So that is another thing, the deep watering. So you need to deep water. The next thing was the vertical sorry, the vertical trellising. As you can see, this was obviously another, everything about this was an experiment. So the vertical trellising, it was the first time trellising sweet potato vertically. And based on what I've seen, it worked. Yes, it worked because um, it was very convenient. It saved space, and I did not see any negative impacts of basically trellising the sweet potato vine vertically on using the cage system. And as you can see, the cage system works. Let us talk about the fabric container itself now, and there are a few points we are going to talk about with the fabric container. First of all, the fabric container delivered. That's the first thing. It delivered on what it promoted. And what did it promote? It promoted hair pruning. And that was true. I saw it with my own eyes based on the experiment that I did. How? What did I see? There were no roots on the edges around the inside the outside part of the soil. So inside the bag, at the perimeter of the soil, right? There were no roots twining up and making this baggage of root around and wrapping up and intertwining. There was none of that. So what exactly is ear pruning? Ear pruning is basically because oxygen is very important. So here roots move around within containers and the soil also, if you are growing in the ground, looking for oxygen, right? So you find that with the fabric container is very porous. It is porous, fine porous, so it allows oxygen to come through the sides. So when the roots extend out to the side of the fabric container, you find that the roots basically degenerate there. They degenerate and they basically die, like they die back. Like if you plant in a plastic container, you'll find that you get root bound, right? And a lot of roots wrapping up and all these kind of things. I did not see it in the fabric container, so it delivered on that, right? The next point is overwatering. It said that it prevents overwatering, and that is true because the fabric container is porous, both around it and underneath it. It is porous, so it allows proper drainage of water, so you don't find water kind of backing up or oversaturating your plants. So it delivered on that. I've never seen oversaturation. And the next point is oxygenation. Said that it increases oxygenation, which is true. I've been talking about that throughout this video. It does because the fabric container is porous. It allows air to pass through the bag, so it increases oxygen levels. Next, something that I have proven, and I think I've done videos with that before, maybe one video. It is very strong. The fabric itself is very strong. Because I remember when a tropical storm was passing here and I had to take up the sweet potato that I reap. I had to take it up and bring it in the house. And I lift it up with my two hands and it never tear. Nothing at all. It was never damaged. And I had to do that on more than one occasions. And it's basically strong, right? And if you watch the video where we did the reaping, when the gentleman threw the soil out of the bag, you saw that the bag it was a bit dirty. So these fabric containers also promote that they are washable. So I could have washed the bag if I want. If I wasn't going to use it again, I could have said, okay, then I'm going to wash this bag and put it up for future use. So all of these that I have listed, they are basically things that I have proven and you have seen with your own eyes, right? And some things that you don't understand. That is why I'm here now explaining some of them and some of the things that you see. So suffice to say, it is a very good investment to invest in fabric containers because of the many benefits that they that they give to your plants, right? Let me tell you, environmental conditions, they influence your plant growth and development very, very, very much. I can tell you that, right? And this fabric container, it delivers or it mitigates so many of the environmental conditions that we are struggling with. So that was initially why I chose to do an experiment with it, right? So I am happy with it, I must say. Now, what I've done is, after removing the sweet potato from the bag, I threw out the soil in me and Mr. Roberts threw out the soil in the wheelbarrow, and mix it around, throw it back in the bag, and we planted. I was saying, what am I going to try in this? No, I'm going to do another experiment. So right now, I've sowed some corn, hybrid corn. Right? I don't remember the variety, but I'm going to basically see how well the corn will grow in the fabric container, because I know corn roots they can extend very far. That is why I have confidence in the confidence in the fabric container, because they are so deep. So that is basically a wrap, and I hope you understand this, what I would say, post discussion about the experiment, and I hope you see where it will be beneficial to you also, because you want to see your plants thrive in your garden. You want to see them grow well. So if you have any questions, which I think you should, please put them in the comments area. Please also remember to subscribe to my channel, and let us learn together. Until then, bye bye.